What's up, everybody? My name's Matt Morgan. You're watching Behind the Startup. Let's get started. I want to talk to you about the right reason to start a startup. People start them all the time for an abundance of different reasons, but there is one reason where if you feel it, you should start a startup. And that's love. So you should start a startup if you love the problem you're working on so much you can't imagine doing anything else. If it would cause you pain to be working in a different industry or not for your company, not for your own startup, if you can't even imagine doing anything else, like you love it so much, you love your startup, you love your industry, you love whatever it is, whatever problem you're working on, that's a great reason to start a startup. Another good reason, and again, the reason is always going to be love, but you might love your co-founder or co-founders. You may never get the opportunity to build a company with your best friend or wife or whatever. Again, in life, that's a rare opportunity, and startups give that opportunity to people. So if you get the opportunity to start a startup and it's with the people you love and you want to do it because you love them, that's a great reason. Another great reason is you love your users. So maybe maybe you're just super passionate about people and you think people deserve the best and you see something that isn't in your mind as good as it could be. So you jump on it to improve it out of the love for the people who will be using it. That's a really good reason to start a startup is you love people, you love the users. So let's review. I would start a startup if you love the problem so much that you can't imagine doing anything else. If you love the people you're working with so much that you wouldn't want to work with anyone else. And if you love the problem, the people, and if you love the user. So if you love the problem, you love the people you're working on that problem with, and you love the people using the solution you built, that sounds like a good recipe for success. If you notice, it's love on love on love. So in order to do a startup, you need to love it. Because there's going to be days where, like if you're only... Okay, so let's get into some of the reasons why we shouldn't start a startup. Bad reasons to start a startup. You love winning. So say you're hyper competitive and you think startups are a great way to show how great you are and you win in everything. It's not a good reason to start a startup. Maybe you could look at athletics or something. I don't know. The drive to compete and win and conquer others, maybe look at war. It's fun. No, dude, a startup isn't the arena for that because Steve Jobs has a famous quote, Elon Musk has a famous quote where he describes being a startup founder as looking into the pit and eating glass. You're not going to win every day as a startup founder. There's going to be ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. So if you're one of the people who's just like, yeah, dude, I just love the win. So a startup is a way that I can it's something I can win at. I would advise against you. 99% of startups will fail. So I wouldn't go to startups because it's like an easy win. It's not. I would not start a startup in order to make yourself more powerful, whether it be get money or social clout or influence. Again, 99% of startup of startups will fail. So if you want money, I would work at big tech where you're going to get a salary. It's high risk, high reward. People think that startup is a viable way to get rich or make a lot of money because the success cases are wildly successful. However, again, 99% of those companies are failing. And it's also not even an easy way to get rich. Like, there's much easier way. Like, it's a lot of work. The ones who do succeed normally love what they're doing, and that's why they succeed. Like, people aren't succeeding in startups because they want to get rich. I would strongly advise you against starting a startup to make money, to get rich. Again, you do it for love because you love the users, because you love what you're building, you love the people you're building it with. Yeah. And to build on that, like, I wouldn't do it because you want clout, like you want social media followers or you want to make headlines or whatever. Because, again, like when you're building a startup, it's not easy. So, like, it's going to take a lot of time and effort, especially if you're technical, you're going to be building, you're going to be coding. Like, you only get you only get a headline when you launch something. You know, there's only articles written about you after you built something. So if you want to go viral, there's way easier ways to do it. Just dance, bro. Like, you don't have to build a whole software product to dance. Yeah. So yeah, I would not be a startup founder because you want to get clout. That's not advisable. But yeah, if you have a idea to make the world a better place, you love the world, and you want to do it with people you love, spread love with people you love. Like, by all means, I encourage you, and I salute you if you are out there spreading love, because that's important, you know, and we need more love in this world. But a startup will not get you rich. Especially if you went into it for the intention of getting rich. A startup will not get you, it will not make you famous. Again, 99% of them are failing. And yeah, it's not an easy win. It's not something you can just enter into and be like, I did this, I'm on. Like, it's not an ego boost, you know? Like, it's not, I don't know, find whatever sport you're good at and pursue that. Like, I don't know. It's like, yes, there's a competitive aspect, but I wouldn't do a startup because you just love to compete. There's like easier ways to compete. There's more healthy ways to compete. Like a startup, again, I don't want, my goal is not to like dissuade anyone from doing a startup because I love startups and startups are dope. But my goal is to persuade people who are filled with love and want to do a startup for the reason of love, for spreading love, because they love the product, because they love the user, because they love what they're doing and the people they're doing it with. I'm here to tell those people, like, take the jump, you know, dive right in, because it will be nice to you. You know, if you put love in, you'll get love out. So I would strongly recommend you to start your startup, and good luck. I love you.